and it's good news with Mr. Dick Baumbach. I'm Jeff Heiser here with Mr. Baumbach, bringing us the good news for the week. How are you, Mr. Baumbach?
I am great and happy to be here with more good news.
This world certainly needs a lot more good news. Your first story has had me thinking since last week about what this could be. And the headlines that you have is bullied boy with buck teeth finally gets his new smile.
Yeah, this happened in New Zealand. And I actually saw a picture of the young man. His name is Evan Hill. He had buck teeth that were totally huge. And everybody in school would bully him, etc. Well, he lived in the Christchurch area of New Zealand. And when the word got out through Facebook and social media, strangers started putting together money to help him and to get these buck teeth fixed. Well, it was $100,000.
Wow.
To fix his mouth and fix his teeth. And he had been bullied at school forever, and now the dentists and surgeons took care of it, and he now says he's the happiest guy in school ever, and his mom says she didn't know how this would ever change his life without the generosity of others.
Wow. How old was he?
He is now 17.
Wow. You know... This is cruel. They say $1 million smile. I think he's still going to be bullied. He only has a $100,000 smile.
Yes. We'll tell him that. But that's in New Zealand money, so maybe.
Maybe it is $1 million smile. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so, and you can see, I saw a video too, and he is so confident now and just smiles. And he also said all the ones that bullied him, several have came and said they were sorry.
Wow. Yeah, it's bullying is a tough thing, and it happens with kids, it happens with adults. It's across the board. Your next story is now you can speak 80 languages at the touch of a button. I need this.
I knew you would. That's why I found this story. Okay. This is Travis the Translator, and it's a pocket-sized device that uses artificial intelligence.
I don't like Travis, though. I want something like, Dick the Translator or John
Jeff the Translator.
Yeah.
But there are actually 6,500 different languages in the world. But now, basically, 80 of them you'll be able to speak. And the company, this is similar to Google Translate, only they've taken it to the next step. And the founders of Travis created a campaign fund to manufacture the device with an $80,000 goal. And within 2 days, they raised over $200,000.
Wow.
And they're now expected to present it to the world in July.
Wow.
So what we could do, we could have good news in many languages.
Many languages. We have many countries. I counted a couple of weeks ago, we have like 29 different countries that listen to Talk Network Radio.
Hey.
So we still got a bunch to go.
We can have Travis, though, with us.
So let me there was something I wanted to ask you about that. I'll ask you off the air.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. The next story that you have is Iceland to become first country requiring equal pay for women. What? The United States doesn't have that?
No. I was shocked at that.
Wow. And Trump let this happen before he could sign it?
Right. Oh, this is amazing.
This is amazing.
Well,
this is like...
Well, I was surprised when I saw this. This actually will not go into effect until 2020 in Iceland.
Why are they waiting?
That's how long it takes to change the system.
Wow.
And so, but it was announced on International Women's Day in New York just this past week, and it's going to enforce it at the national level all across Iceland.
Wow.
And they believe that Sweden, Norway, Finland, Poland, and France will immediately follow. And the United States is in the back there, but coming.
Well, in the United States, it's absolutely needed. My wife has been a victim of this. She's an engineer, and she worked on the space program on an all male team. She was one of only 2 females on her team, and they were paid at least 20 to 30% less than what the males did, and they're doing the same job. And it's changed a little bit, but not much. And it's a shame. I mean, if you can do the same job, you should be paid the same amount, regardless.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
And that's why I'm glad I'm not a woman here and working with this good news stuff with you.
Yeah, that's
because I would be less,
Yeah, I want to ask you something. Did you see a couple of weeks ago where, and not getting to the politics, where the Department of Justice came out and they said they're going to go after the companies with the H-1B visas?
Yeah,
because they want America first, and that if you pass over an American worker first, they're going to go after you.
I saw that.
And now they're talking about they want to get rid of the program completely. So maybe that's the first step to the women getting paid the same amount.
And I personally feel so bad for your wife that she had to experience that.
It was a terrible experience, her first experience.
And what I think of my wife, because she's a nurse, normally nurses have been female, so they all were getting the same thing. But then, who were the male? The doctor.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, the first time that she sat on console, she was one of only 5 women sitting on console for a launch, and yet she was paid almost 30% less than the rest. Wow. Can you imagine that? It's like, and to continue on, I mean, you have to give women that are like that, not just my wife, but women that are like that, to continue on pushing.
Yes.
You got to give them all the credit and kudos in the world, because, I mean, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah,
if I was sitting across from you, and knew that we're doing the same job,
right,
and you're getting paid 20 or 30% more than me, and most of the time you're not doing as much as me, I would be really upset.
Say, why?
Yeah, I would be really upset.
Well, hopefully Iceland starts changing.
Yeah, and maybe that's what was needed, was that just that little push on a global scale. The next good news story that you have, and I like Chick-fil-A, by the way, is a customer admires the Chick-fil-A employee so much that he built him a new home.
Yeah, now this is a gentleman named Brian Smith. He met Shaquille Williams, and he felt inspired by his kindness, and he felt and how his disposition was. And so what he did is he found out that there have been tough times for Williams and his family, and that they lived in a shack, and they had sickle cell anemia.
Oh, man.
And the hospital bills forced them to live in a trailer. This is in McLennanville, South Carolina. And so Brian befriended him when he just bought a chicken sandwich. He owned a title agency, and he started helping quietly pay for his medical bills. And then 2 weeks ago, he said, I want to give you a ride home. And he pulled up to a brand new house that he had built for his family.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really good story. That's a good feel-good story to leave off with. That's like, you know, I thought you were going to say, yeah, because he was giving him extra French fries every time he came in. But that's a very good, heartwarming story.
Yeah. I mean, and it's, again, people can help people.
Yeah, they really can. So, without giving anything away, do you have any teasers for us?
Yes, there'll be good news at the next show.
Every once in a while, Mr. Baumbach does that to us, so you got to tune in to hear what he's got for us. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Baumbach.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Heiser, you take care and have a good week.